In this episode, we're counting down the 10 creepiest mythical sea creatures, from ancient Greek myths to disturbing creations born on the internet. Stay until the end, because the last one is extremely ancient, and maybe not as extinct as we think. 10. Ningen. The ningen is a modern Japanese myth, whose first mentions are attributed to the 1960s, according to later accounts reported by Japanese crew members who sailed in Antarctic waters. These testimonies were popularized much later, mainly from the 2000s onward, on Japanese online forums. The ningen is described as a large white humanoid creature, observed at the surface of the water or just below it. Witnesses estimate its size to be between 20 and 30 meters. Descriptions mention a smooth body, limb-like arms ending in often webbed hands, sometimes legs, other times a massive fish-like tail, as well as a simple face with visible eyes and mouth. No physical evidence has ever confirmed its existence. According to scientific explanations, these observations could correspond to unusually shaped icebergs, misidentified cetaceans, or perceptual phenomena in polar environments. But if these experienced sailors all saw the same thing, were they really looking at a simple natural phenomenon? 9. Cthulhu. Cthulhu first appears in 1928 in the short story The Call of Cthulhu, published by American writer Howard Phillips Lovecraft in the magazine Weird Tales. The myth is born within a precise literary framework, a work of fiction presented as an assemblage of documents, testimonies, and fragmented accounts. Cthulhu is described as a colossal entity, sleeping in the sunken city of R'lyeh at the bottom of the Pacific Ocean. Its appearance combines a massive humanoid body, a tentacled head resembling an octopus, and membranous wings. It is associated with a powerful mental influence capable of affecting the dreams and consciousness of sensitive individuals. Its mere existence is enough to shatter the minds of those who perceive it. From a scientific perspective, Cthulhu is analyzed as a literary creation born from Lovecraft's imagination, fueled by cosmic fears and the scientific knowledge of his time. But could this fictional figure be hiding a real source at the origin of the myth? 8. Gran Maja. Gran Maja appears in 2023 in a video published by content creator Borisao Blois, in a clearly fictional context tied to the universe of imaginary giant marine creatures. The creature is presented as an abyssal colossus, designed as a direct rival to the bloop, another fictional entity born on the internet. Gran Maja is described as a gigantic marine organism with a massive serpentine body, an oversized jaw lined with long, thick teeth, and a power capable of confronting other large oceanic monsters. Its appearance is loosely inspired by real abyssal predators, while greatly exceeding their known proportions. From a scientific standpoint, Gran Maja is recognized as an imaginary creation born from digital storytelling and contemporary cryptid culture. But if the abyss still hides so many species, why not Gran Maja? 7. Sea Eater. Sea Eater appears in the 2010s within online communities inspired by the universe of Trevor Henderson, on platforms dedicated to fictional creatures and fan lore. It is neither an ancient myth nor a real testimony, but a contemporary creation designed to fit into an aesthetic of fake documents and unsettling visual narratives. Sea Eater is described as a massive tubular creature with 2 large arms ending in 5 fingers each and a gargantuan maw. Visually, its skin appears to be made of water, contained beneath a thick cyan shell. Its arms are not truly alive. They are formed from dead marine organisms, aggregated and reused. Its mouth remains permanently open due to abnormal facial musculature incapable of closing. The creature is said to be affected by a phenomenon called disintegration. When too much of its body emerges, it breaks apart and sinks back down. From a scientific perspective, Sea Eater is considered an artistic creation rooted in digital storytelling and creepypasta culture. But if the oceans remain largely unexplored, why would such a creature be entirely impossible? Mermaid. The earliest representations of mermaids appear in antiquity, long before the Middle Ages, in very different cultural contexts. As early as Assyrian antiquity, Hybrid figures, half human and half fish, are associated with the sea, and the myth then spreads through the Greek, medieval, and maritime worlds, carried by sailors' tales. The mermaid is described as an aquatic creature with the torso and face of a woman extended by a fishtail. In European traditions, she is often linked to song and attraction towards sailors, while other cultures describe her as protective or neutral. Her appearance remains largely consistent: humanoid form, marine habitat, proximity to humans. From a scientific point of view, mermaids are generally explained as misidentifications of marine animals, such as manatees or dugongs, observed from afar by exhausted sailors. But if these accounts span centuries and cultures, why does the same figure keep returning in such similar forms? 5. Hydra. The Lernaean hydra appears in ancient Greek mythology, with accounts attested as early as the Archaic period, transmitted through oral poetry and later recorded by authors such as Hesiod and Apollodorus. The myth is set near Lake Lerna, a marshy area considered dangerous, and takes place within the context of Heracles' second labor, in which he is tasked with eliminating the creature. The hydra is described as a colossal aquatic serpent with multiple heads, whose number varies according to ancient sources. Its defining characteristic is its regenerative ability. Each severed head causes 2 more to grow back, while one central head is said to be immortal. Its blood and breath are described as powerful and toxic. From a scientific and historical perspective, the hydra is interpreted as a symbolic mythological creation, possibly inspired by real snakes, the dangers of marshlands, or poorly understood natural phenomena. But if this story arose from a real environment, where does symbolism end and observation begin? 4. Bloop. The bloop appears in the late 1990s, following the recording in 1997 of an unusual acoustic signal detected in the South Pacific. This real sound, captured over very long distances, quickly generated scientific hypotheses. According to early analyses, it could have been emitted by a very large, still unknown marine mammal, later designated as bloop in direct reference to the signal. From the 2000s onward, this hypothesis was adopted and expanded in internet culture, where the bloop became a fictional marine creature. It is described as a colossal organism living in the depths, capable of producing vocalizations of exceptional power, exceeding those of the largest known animals. No visual observation has ever confirmed its existence, only a sound-based interpretation. From a scientific standpoint, this signal is now explained by phenomena related to Antarctic ice. But if a biological hypothesis was considered from the outset, was it really so unreasonable given how little we still know about the deep ocean? 3. Kraken. The kraken appears in written sources between the 12th and 18th centuries, mainly in sailors' accounts in Scandinavian texts, within the context of open sea navigation off the coasts of Norway and Iceland. It is described as a gigantic marine creature capable of suddenly emerging from the depths and creating dangerous whirlpools for ships. The kraken takes the form of a colossal cephalopod, with a massive body and long, powerful tentacles capable of wrapping around hulls. Its size is such that some accounts mistake it for an island or a living reef. Descriptions emphasize its strength and the marine disturbances caused by its movements. From a scientific perspective, the kraken is now interpreted as an extrapolation of real encounters with large cephalopods, particularly giant and colossal squids, whose existence was confirmed only relatively late. Long observed only partially and indirectly by sailors, these animals fueled stories amplified by maritime imagination. But if reality confirmed creatures close to the myth, how far can that reality still go? Leviathan. Leviathan appears in the texts of the Hebrew Bible, with mentions written between the 8th and 6th centuries BC. Within a theological and mythological context, it is presented as a sea serpent demon, used as a metaphor for a powerful enemy embodying chaos and uncontrollable forces. Leviathan is described as a gigantic marine creature with a massive serpentine body, associated with ocean depths and extraordinary power. The texts emphasize its dominance over the waters and its untamable nature, more symbolic than narrative. Its role is not that of an ordinary animal, but of a figure representing a force that only the divine can control. From a historical and scientific standpoint, Leviathan is interpreted as a mythological and symbolic construct, possibly inspired by impressive marine animals known at the time. But if Leviathan serves as a metaphor for a real enemy, what inspired such a precise and enduring image? 1. Megalodon. The megalodon is known through fossil discoveries made as early as the 19th century, primarily giant teeth found on every continent in marine geological contexts. These fossils made it possible to identify an extinct species, Otodus megalodon, which lived between approximately 23 and 3.6 million years ago, from the Miocene to the Pliocene. The megalodon is described as a colossal shark, estimated to measure between 15 and 20 meters in length, with an immense jaw capable of engulfing large marine prey. Its thick triangular teeth, sometimes over 18 centimeters long, indicate a predator specialized in hunting primitive whales. It occupied the top of the oceanic food chain. Science links its extinction to climatic changes, but is a migration toward more favorable zones, or a gradual adaptation to colder waters entirely out of the question? If these kinds of mysteries intrigue you, support the channel by subscribing. Leave a like, share the video, and activate the bell so you don't miss the next ones. See you very soon, where myths, facts, and the unexplained intersect.